Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, November 1st, 2024 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I align my actions with my highest soul motivation. Rabbit, rabbit, rabbit to you. Here we are, our penultimate month, November. Finishing up 2024, 2 months left, holy cow. And we begin November and we end November with new moons. So here we are in our first new moon for November. The new moon is happening today at 5:47 a.m. Pacific time in the sign of Scorpio. It is at 9 degrees. And this moon is a rather simple moon, being that it doesn't have really strong ties or pulls. The strongest connection would probably be a trine with Saturn, a little bit of a wide in conjunct with the North Node as well, reminding us like, you do you, boo. So let's dig into this new moon. Scorpio has magic. Scorpio is the heart of alchemy. Now I say it's the heart. It's not the total package of alchemy. If it's the heart, Sagittarius might be like the brain. So it's the heart of the alchemy. Sagittarius is the brain of the alchemy. Between these two signs, we can really transform energies. We can hit that rock bottom. A lot of times that's part of the Scorpio process. And then a lot of times the Sagittarius can help us buoy back up and, you know, reach for where we're going. So in the dark of the moon, you may find some things feeling like that rock bottom piece. You may have energies coming up, disappointments, pains, I give up feelings, where you feel small and puny. And you're meant to look around this dark space, like, be like, it's not so bad here. I've been in worse places. That's a me thought right there. There's shift in this for me. There's empowerment in this. I've said it so many times this month. Here I go again. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure that you seek. And a lot of times that cave is in Scorpio land. So this new moon is taking us into the cave so that we can renew our motivations, renew our desire, and look at the things that maybe we've been afraid of or we've been avoiding so that we can empower ourselves into a shift. Now, what's interesting about today is we're actually going to have Mercury leaving the sign of Scorpio, moving into Sagittarius. So Mercury is kind of like, I don't know, hitting the ground running with this energy, being like, I'm going to find that perspective. I'm going to find the good things so that we can reach for that energy. But it is going to be at that 29 Scorpio, feeding into the Mars, Pluto energy, which is a whole other story. So there's a lot of combustible material. There's a lot of shadows that could come up in and through these energies. Your work is not to be afraid of it. There's nothing to be afraid of. Everything's unfolding as it should, despite all the craziness right now, right? Where can you empower your piece of the puzzle? And that's what this new moon asks us to do. In connection with Saturn in Pisces, is reminding us we all have this divine blueprint, and we all have a responsibility to the divine blueprint. So it's a call to align with that, to help you keep, I don't know, winding your way through this energy. It is going to take courage, but there is a breakthrough. Now, it's interesting because these cards were here yesterday, and when I was pulling the cards, these two came out last, and it was supposed to only be one card, but they refused to leave each other's side. And yes, I did shuffle. They refused to leave each other's side because it's like, okay, you're going to need courage. You're going to need to turn on your heart light to help you keep moving through this energy. In order to move into this breakthrough. I encourage you to align with your desires. There's a reason for desires. Now I'm talking about healthy desires, not unhealthy desires. I also think we need to take desire with a grain of sand, because sometimes our desire is not meant to take us all the way to the destination, but it's meant to get us going in that direction, to move towards a different destination. The universe knows, and your work is to show up and be willing. So show up and be willing in this new moon energy. Let's talk about Saturday and Sunday. I think this is a 3-day scope, because that new moon is as chill as a new moon in Scorpio could ever be. It's this other energy that's not chill. So Mercury is moving into Sagittarius at 12:17 p.m. on Saturday. But before it moves in, it is connecting to Mars and Pluto. And a great analogy popped into my head around this Mars-Pluto energy. Mars at 29 Cancer is like when Alice in Wonderland is crying all those tears. And Pluto and Capricorn can be a little bit of a dam. Capricorn isn't necessarily the most expressive, but the tears are flowing. We've got the dam in Capricorn, and Pluto is the explosive device. Mars is the spark. So we've got all this going on, and Mercury's just talking about it like, should I? Mercury's got the little devil and the angel on its shoulders being like, do I do this? This energy is very intense. We are going to have 2 more passes of Mars opposite Pluto coming in, but this is the last one in the signs of Cancer and Capricorn, which is why any energies that have been bubbling up since 2008, when Pluto moved into Capricorn, could come up, need to be expressed emotionally, but also, I don't know, bring some of the shadow with it, right? Be very aware of your motivations, your reactions, your actions in and through this energy, because the dam could break, you know, so to speak. Now, perfect timing for this card. I'm sad that Halloween's over, but Scorpio's not over, and I have some really fun Scorpionic decks, this being one of them, the Oracle of Shadow and Light, and I decided to pull a card for here. I have another one, the Shapeshifter Oracle, that we're going to be using through Scorpio season, just for a little fun, a little additional perspective. I pulled the 3 Witchy Sisters, and it says the power of 3, and I think it's funny because Tesla says, you know, if you knew the power of the 3, the 6, the 9. Well, this card is the power of 3. The card itself is 9, and it's on page 63. So I'm going to read this part because I think this is very appropriate for this energy. The 3 Witchy Sisters speak. We can sense around you some strange energy, and we 3 are tuning in so we can identify and explain to you what is happening in a wave of 3, very clearly, very simply, and without fear at all. Because this problem may not even be a problem. The astro is never a problem. It's always meant to be helping us. This is why I do what I do, so we can work with these energies rather than explode from the energies. This problem may not even be a problem. It's just simply something you do not understand yet. Let us come in, let us help you, and we will soon share exactly what it is. But you must help us by being aware, awake, and alert to what is around you. So I love that, and I feel like being that today is All Saints Day, Day of the Dead, it's a really great time to call on healthy, supportive ancestors, loved ones, saints, angels to help. Oh, here's our keyhole that Alice in Wonderland sails through from her tears to help us move through this keyhole essence of this intense astro energy. I am for sure going to be writing write-ups through this weekend, but I've been talking about it all week. You're going to feel the intensity. Chances are we're all going to have a dam break here or there, but if you're aware of it, you know, you can patch up what needs to be patched up, or you can have a place for the energies to move through, you know? So just keep it in mind in this energy. Mars, Pluto reaches its peak at 3:30 a.m. on Sunday. Oof. And then Mars actually shifts signs. Mercury is shifting signs. Mars is shifting signs. We have so much shift happening this weekend. I might even show up. I might even show up for a scope. Try to hold that Sagittarius, Mercury and Sagittarius perspective. Try to see things from the higher light and know it's all okay. The universe knows what it's doing. We've all just got to keep aligning with our paths through this and breathe, really. So, I'm going to leave that here for today. Happy new moon. Happy All Saints Day. Blessings for the days of the dead. You can book a reading. If you would like some support, email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. If you need a little side small reading help, reach out and we can do that. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and remember who you are, for you are the solution. Namaste.